What's up, guys? Happy Monday. We're going to give it a few minutes, let some people jump on. Look at Crystal chilling in her chair. All the way up in Mass. At least the weather's good.
It is. It's beautiful. It's a nice spring day today.
Oh.
Well, you know her and Wi-Fi. They're not the best of friends.
Looking for the Max Hedstrom again.
Hi, Judy. Welcome aboard. She's muting. It's good. Rick's on. Good. So we're just right at 6:30, guys. Like I said, I'm just going to give it a couple minutes. I know people are still trying to jump in. The reason I don't open the chat room early is it immediately starts recording with the first person. And the last time I did that, I think someone jumped on like a half an hour early and our recording was ginormous. So I had to just kind of like, all right, we'll start it right at the time. So that's the only reason we do that. Jimmy must be in traffic. He doesn't look happy.
Maybe he needs an extra DFT today.
Jimmy and Rebecca watching. Hey, guys.
Hey, puppy. Come here. Hey, puppy, do you? Hi.
We're not going to take up too much of your time today. Just a few things I wanted to go over because our team is once again exploding this month. I'm super excited for all the new people jumping on. I'm sure you guys are all excited for your new people because these bonuses right now are what's going to build all of us, right? So we get our people right to 4K as quickly as we can, and we have 4 or 5 of those, and guess what? You guys are hitting your 40Ks. I just see it happening. I see if we capitalize on this excitement and this momentum, we can all build each other, and I think that's a great thing right now. And plus, who of you couldn't use $4,000 or $12,000 right before summer, right? Mm-hmm. Heidi, Bavako is ready. So, like I said, I'm going to do whatever we can to help you guys out. Anytime you need anything, just reach out. Give us a buzz. A couple of things that I did want to go over real quick is I posted in the chat a link to Welcome to Le-Vel, and it was Welcome to the Thrive Experience by Le-Vel. And that was actually shared to me by Aaron Aponte, and he told me to go ahead and share it with you guys, even though it was, uploaded by him. It's the Le-Vel welcome. So it's really good for your new promoters to watch that video. It's literally like 35 minutes, but it goes through the back office, and it will show them, here's where you find this, and here, click on this to get this, and here's how to run a report. And it's all the basic stuff that a lot of us had to just kind of figure out along the way. And some of us, including myself, can't describe it very well, even though I know how to do it. It's just easier to go, oh yeah, look at this, click, 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 click. But they kind of do a good job with screenshots and saying, click here and do this, and this is what you're going to be shown. So if you make sure that you get that out to your new people, it's really going to help them get a little more comfortable. Is there anyone on the chat right now that watched that and actually got something good out of it? If you'd like to share, I would really appreciate, because you're new. So, Jimmy, I'm not naming any names. Did you get anything good out of it? Here, I'm gonna unmute you real quick.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was very informative. It answered a lot of questions that I did have, and helped me navigate through different areas of the back office that I wasn't so sure about or how to see certain things. So it was a very good video to watch.
Cool. So just so you guys know where we're at, Jimmy and Rebecca are friends with Kim and I, and we actually live pretty close. And we struggle because we want to go and hang out and talk Thrive and be like, okay, here's how you do this and here's how you do this face to face, which would be great, but it's not going to help them down the road if Jimmy gets promoters from his hometown, which happens to be in New York, and he has to explain it to them. He's not going to know how to do it. So what we're trying to do is have a duplicatable process of this is how this happens and this is how this happens. And then once he gets a little comfortable, of course, then we're going to be like, okay, we'll give you a little more help. But up to a certain point, like, we want to make sure that you guys know how to be leaders yourselves and teach it to your people down the road. I think that's something I may have had a hard time with in the beginning and didn't pass across to a lot of people. And I want to change that because, like I said, the team is growing so fast. We blew right past 750 promoters this week. We're right on track for 800 probably in the next day or two. 800 promoters is pretty steep, and I guarantee you we'll be at 1,000 by the end of the month. The team, like I said, grows so fast, and it's really hard to remember new names and new people. So make sure that they have lists of uplines and phone numbers and names of people that they can follow and not worry about, you know, am I following the wrong person? Am I getting good advice from the right people? Give that to your people. Make sure they know. And if you don't have time or you're unsure, you know, feel free. Pass them to myself, to Kim, to Crystal, anyone that does this that's around most of the time and isn't at a regular job during the day. We're here to help all of you guys. I don't care where you are in the team on the line. If you're on this team, you're part of the team. That's how this has to work. If we worry about where they are and who is where and who is under who, it's going to get difficult. And then it feels like we're not family anymore. And that disconnect isn't good for anyone's morale, including myself. It bothers me. I know it bothers a lot of you guys. So we're trying to fix all of that. And we're just going to be, let's stick to, I know Rick loves this line, the one team, one dream, and we'll make it happen, right? We got to make it happen that way, because if we don't stick together, guys, we fall apart. And that's a fact. We've seen it. And it trickles all the way down to your new people. They come on and they feel like something's a little weird and they're like, I'm not really sure. And then they don't go in full force like we did. And then we try and push a little bit, and then it gets weirder. So we don't want any of that stuff. We want back to the family. We want back to everyone, like, helping each other out whenever we can and being available whenever possible. And, you know, we have a great line of support. You guys heard on last week's meeting that I don't always have the easiest time dealing with stuff. And sometimes I take it a little too far and I don't reach out until it's too late. And this time I didn't. I reached out to Wendy right away, and she literally picked me up off the ground. And Kim was there and kind of gave me my space, but I had to do that. I had to go through that. And Wendy was happy because this time it only took me 3 days to call her instead of 3 weeks. And she said, next time, let's make it 3 hours so we don't have that problem. You know, if we improve every time, we're not making the same mistakes. I don't ever want to make the same mistakes twice, but I don't want you guys to make mistakes either. So sometimes I get a little pushy and be like, hey, kind of don't do that. But I know now people got to learn on their own. They got to understand and they got to figure it out. And we're here to guide and we're here to help, and we're not here to be your boss. So anytime you need anything, feel free to reach out. There are no stupid questions. No one will ever make you feel stupid, whether you're new, you're not new, whatever it is. You know, we might have a little giggle if you've been around a long time and don't know something, but it's not personal. It's just fun. We need to have fun with this. The one thing I've been learning and watching very closely is, you know, that Dana's team is very close with us. And we watch their team have fun everything they do. They do it together. They have a blast. They're always smiling. They're always taking pictures and having fun and posting it and showing people this is what this life is all about. And I feel like that's super important that we go back to why we're doing this. We're doing this because we're happy, We're having a blast doing it. We're healthy, and we're helping people, which makes us even feel better, right? That's why we do this. If we're not healthy and happy and helping people, it's just a job. And every time you have just a job, it becomes work, and then it becomes not fun at all.
You know, and just because we're in Florida and you guys are all up north doesn't mean that we can't do things together, whether, you know, Facebook Lives and things like that, because it really does help a lot when you start to do those lives. I know I keep on looking back, and I used to do a live almost every single day last year, and I probably haven't done a live in, I don't know, 3 months. And I mean, that's my own shortcomings, for my own reasons. I don't know why, but we are a team, and we need to show that unity and do things together. And I mean, I'm open pretty much all day long. The only time I ever have anything scheduled is Friday morning every other week when I have to bring the dog to the groomers, and then every morning and afternoon when I pick Maddie up from school. But I'm here.
And gym time.
And
gym time. I can't. I tried so hard, and I forget who I talked to. It might have been Heidi. I don't know. I tried to do a call during gym time, and it like messed up my workout. It messed up the call, I think. I just don't feel like it went as smoothly. So like just give us, or give me at least that time in the morning, and I'm there for you after that. I just mentally, I need that gym time. I need to work out frustrations and aggravations, and then I don't take it out on her during the day because I didn't go to the gym that day. So,
you know, and the other thing I wanted to say too is I'm available for calls for everybody. If I'm not your upline, I don't care. If you think that I can actually help and talk to somebody and help that thriver or potential thriver, that's what I'm here for. So don't be scared to reach out to me or think, well, you know, you're not my upline, she's not going to help me. That's not the case, because that's what I'm here for. So
we're a team, and you'll see very shortly, Kim and I are probably going to be merged. So it'll be, you know, Scott and Kim Salvi.
Kim and Scott Salvi.
Yeah, whatever. But anyway, that's what it's going to be before too long. And we have to work together. And again, I got that from Dana, and I got it from Aaron. Everyone is doing that for a reason. Power couples are building this business, and I'm watching it happen. And the reason is, what better way to build your company than have two people kind of leading, two people to hit all the time. So, you know, when one's busy, the other one is there. You know, we know pretty much the same stuff. We've been taking the product about the same time. We hear each other's calls all day long. Like, the knowledge is there, and we need to pass it on to you guys. And I know you can do it. And I know picking the right person, like Kim said, is also super important. I've done a few calls, and I called Crystal and I said, you need to do this for me. She's the right girl to talk to this person that I need to talk to. I did it with Jamie. I've done it with Kim. They've done it to me. You know, some of you guys have said, you know, this guy needs to talk to another guy. He doesn't want to talk to a girl. That's perfect. Use whoever will fit that call. It doesn't always have to be me. It doesn't always have to be a 12K now. That's like a new thing with Le-Vel, and I don't really care. If it works, it works. Let your friends help you out. If you guys work real close together and you guys are really tight and you can do each other's calls and it works, do it. Build it. Like, it doesn't matter. As long as you're giving good information, that's what matters. The only time a 12K is really important is a welcome call. That has to be a 12K plus, just so we give them proper information. But validation calls can be done with anyone. It doesn't matter. Find a buddy and do your calls, and you will build your business fast. I guarantee it.
And here's one thing I'm going to tell you that's kind of funny, but I'll make it short. So our friend Amy Youngblood will text Scott. She'll be like, I need you on the phone in like 3 minutes because I need you for a validation call. And literally, he's on the phone for 1 minute and then he's done because he was the right person for the call. And then she's like, oh yeah, he signed up. So just keep that in mind, you know. Like,
she plays game. Let me just elaborate a little because they don't understand what happens. She will text me and say, can you get on the call in 2 minutes? So I will call her in 2 minutes, and she'll be like, oh, okay, I'm going to patch you in. She patches me in. She says, you know what? My friend Scott just called. He's a thriver too. Hey, Scott, can you tell Ed about what's going on? Okay, thanks. Have a good day. I'll talk to you later. And she'll hang up. Like, it was nothing. I really didn't say anything. It was just that extra voice of, oh yeah, this guy's a thriver and you're a guy, so you should do it. And it works. Like Amy does really well with that. And her calls literally take me a minute and a half. It's the dumbest thing ever, but that's what she found works for her. So you got to find what works for you. Long dragged out calls will never work for anyone. They've never worked for me nor anyone else that's happened. If you take longer than 5 to 10 minutes on that call, it's too much. You've given them too much information. They will sit back and think about it forever, and they won't do it. I'm trying to do the way Lise says to do it. What's better for you, customer or promoter? Let them make that decision. I don't want to promote. Okay, then you're a customer. Crystal, can you walk her through that order? Sure, I'll walk her through right now. Like you kind of like guiding them without being pushy. I'm still on the pushy side, so I got to back off a little, but I'm learning that. And I feel like that's a great way to do it. If you can, text Elise, message Elise. Let her do a call or two for you. Like you will learn stuff because, man, the woman is smooth when she does it, and she really literally pushes them right into buying and be like, okay, I'm done now. Have fun with that order. Call me when you get it. Like, it's amazing how fast she does it. But when you've done it several thousand times, it becomes second nature. Before I move on to our next subject, does anyone have anything else to add with what we've talked about so far? I don't want to cut anyone out. Rick's good? No? I would say Crystal, but she keeps popping in and out. Everyone's good? Judy's got something? Okay, hold on. There you go.
I just wanted to say I'm still in Florida, even though everybody else is up there. I'm still here on the West Coast, but I'm here in Florida too.
That's all right. You're here. That's good. We'll be over. We'll
Cool.
bring Jimmy and Rebecca over. We'll go have dinner over there.
Cool. Well, maybe we'll see you in Orlando in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah,
On
we're
the
going.
19th,
Yeah,
we'll
we're
be there.
going. We're
Yep.
definitely we'll be there.
Who else is coming with me to Orlando? Rick and Kelly are coming for sure. Jimmy, the 19th.
Yes.
Go ahead, Rick.
Becca's like, yes, we're going. Get to drive some nice cars.
All right. So my next topic is oh, hold on. Okay, perfect. Colina, get with me and we'll talk about who that is, and we can get together with them. That'd be great. And Rebecca, I'm going to get your future sister-in-law up there with me. Perfect. I have to go see her. I have a present for her. It's sitting right here on my desk, just so you know. All right. My next topic is Facebook. Hi, Leanie. Facebook is making changes. You guys are about to see some, I don't want to say bad things go down with business and Facebook, but it's not going to be as easy for us anymore. It's gotten to the point where I'm getting posts removed within minutes of posting them that have nothing to do with Thrive in the post, but they saw the picture. So I don't know what's going on, but they remove them and says, it looks like spam to us. So it's been removed. I believe there's a lot of people that are complaining to Facebook and they're making changes.
Like Beachbody and Plexus.
I feel like it's other companies that are kind of hammering us because we pretty much own social media right now. But whatever the case is, I even saw a commercial yesterday and I'm like, that didn't make sense. It was a Facebook commercial that says, we're getting back to being social and getting rid of the ads and the spam. And I thought it was funny. And then today I got removed within 2 minutes with a post that didn't even say Thrive in it. That's the part that's a little scary to me because I don't know if there's some algorithm they got running or if they actually have a million people that are watching things scroll by. But whatever the case is, be careful what you post. I would never, ever post my link in a message anymore, like not in a post. Put it in a comment, and that'll save that post rather than instantly spam it, hit it as spam. Also, be careful what you post on other social media that copies over to Facebook. So say for instance, if you're, give me a sec, Rick. If you're on Instagram and you're posting your hashtags and then you do your link at the end, like I always do, that goes over to Facebook and it's instantly going to get hammered as spam, which means either they will close it or they will somehow make sure your friends and family don't see it. So just be really careful, be smart with your posts. Rick, go ahead.
I put my link in the comments, and underneath that, Scott, it says not found. I don't know if it's just showing up on my end, but it says not found. But once I click onto my name, my link, it brings to the website. But I don't know if other people are saying, you know.
No, it works. That's a Le-Vel thing.
Okay.
It's because Le-Vel has a server farm, and your link goes to whichever server is not busy.
Okay.
So it can't determine an endpoint until someone clicks on it, and then it shows up. So that's all it is.
Just saying not found. I didn't know if anybody else was seeing that in the same.
I see it. It happens to me all the time. But as soon as someone clicks on it, it changes and it's good.
Okay.
So yeah, don't worry about that.
I actually stopped posting my link probably about 4 or 5 months ago, and I don't know if anybody has seen what I've been posting lately, but I share very few stories. It's more motivational stuff and, you know, stuff from like my timeline from like a couple years ago or whatever. Just because I noticed that I wasn't getting the amount of feedback that I was before. So I think that a lot of my posts were getting hidden. So in doing so, I've actually noticed that my stuff was getting more likes. I mean, by now I've been doing this for over 2 years. Pretty much everybody knows that I'm a Thrive promoter, so I don't really think I need to tell anybody anymore. But I do, you know, occasionally I'll post, I shared a story yesterday, and then, you know, I did the what would $4,000 or $12,000 do for your family, but I didn't mention anything about Thrive. And I know Mr. Aponte has been helping us with that. And he's saying that every time you post something about Thrive, it's starting to get buried more and more and more. So I think we need to be a little more creative. So that's what I started doing. I started, you know, saying things like, you know, there's a better way without mentioning Thrive, you know, when you wake up and start your day, do you wish, you know, things were better and things like that. But I never mention the word Thrive anymore. And even in my hashtags on Instagram, I actually don't use Thrive much anymore. I use all the competitors in my tags because I find I get more likes and comments. So.
And as far as Instagram goes, I watch a lot of you guys post, and I try and like as many as I can. I think you guys see it. A couple of things I want to throw out there on Instagram, things that have worked for me. I have grown over 2,000 followers in a short time because I'm starting to learn what the people I'm following are using for their hashtags. And a lot of times people follow hashtags. So if you're just putting a couple in there that suit your post, that's great. But like I always do, fitness, supplements, workout, those kind of weightlifting, those kind of things. And I feel like I get tons and tons of likes. People are seeing my stuff more often if I put certain hashtags in. Feel free to go look at mine. I would not use the exact same ones as me, but take a couple. You know, I looked up, what did I look up? Fitness hashtags on Instagram, and it showed me the top 50. Like that's a great way to get started. Grab 10 of them. Just use 10. Doesn't matter.
And just so you know, on Instagram, you can only have 30 hashtags. So a little bit of advice, because I've learned the hard way. Had this nice post that is like really thought out, nice and long, and then I put my hashtags in, and I go ahead and hit to upload it, and it's all gone because I had 31 hashtags and not 30.
Yeah.
So before I post anything, I copy and paste the whole thing just in case it didn't save. So yeah, I've
it's
done
super
that.
frustrating. It wipes them all out, and it only shows your picture.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't copy it, you got to think of what you just wrote and the hashtags you used, and like, what did I do wrong?
And then the only people that see that are your stalkers, and that's a little scary.
Yeah, you have funny. So, does anyone have any other questions? No? We good? If you haven't seen the video I was talking about, Welcome to the Thrive Experience by Le-Vel. Feel free to message me, text me, whatever. I will send it over to you.
Can you share the link here?
Oh, I think I can. Let me share it in the chat. Hold on. Copy. See if that works. You guys see that? Good, perfect. That's the one I was talking about. Make sure you share that out to your new teammates. Even the old teammates. I found some really good information in there, and it's good if you watch it so you know what they're going to see. That's important as well. What else? If you're not following Aaron, follow Aaron Aponte. The guy's, he's literally been amazing for us to help me get through a rough patch, and he wants nothing but the best for this team, and he will help you. He has several people on his team that speak Spanish. If we have Spanish speaking calls, he will help us with that. Like, the guy has been, I couldn't ask for anything better. He's an amazing friend and a great guy, and he knows his stuff, and he's very, very successful for a reason. He has that drive. I wish I could keep up with him, but I'm getting there. So, does anyone have anything to add before we close out? We got a call in 5 more minutes. I think there's a Facebook Live that I shared out to you guys. If you haven't gotten that, I will resend that one in the chat as well. I'm looking for it as we speak. But does anyone have anything to add in? Awesome. Well, thank you guys for another awesome Monday meeting, and hope to hear from some of you soon. Have a great night. Thanks
Bye,
again.
guys.